going to be studying the rules of exponents again this week. We've already studied most of them. There's just a couple new ones that we didn't talk about during the first semester of the course that we're going to be talking about that are new, but most of it is going to be review. So the first rule we're going to talk about is the product rule. And the product rule of exponents states when the bases are the same, we're going to keep the base and add the exponents together. So here is just one example using x to the power of n times x to the power of p. This is just showing you the main rule. You keep the base is x, and then you add the exponents. So you're going to add n and p together, whatever numbers those would be. When there are coefficients out front of expressions and you're multiplying like this, the coefficients will multiply together. So here is an example showing that the 3 and the 4, which are coefficients, will multiply together to be 12. Then you have x's in each expression, so you're going to have a common base of x, and then you add the exponents that go with the x's. So the 3 and the 5 will add together to be 8 there. Let's look at some samples together. In the first example that we're going to look at, we have common bases of a and b. So we can see here is a and here is a. And we have a common base of b and b here as well. We do have a coefficient. The coefficient that we have here is a 5. The other one would have a coefficient of 1. It's if they don't write a number out front, it would be a 1 for the coefficient. So to deal with the coefficients here, we're going to do 1 times 5, which is 5. So the coefficient out front will be 5. When they don't write a power, you can say that the power is 1. So right here for a, it's going to be like a to the 1. And here we have a to the power of 2. So for our common base of a, your powers are 1 and 2. And the rule states that we're going to add those together. For the b's, here we have a b, which would be to the power of 1, and this one's to the power of 3. So for our common base of b, we have a power of 1 and we have a power of 3. Since we're multiplying, we are going to be adding those exponents. When you're multiplying expressions, that's the rule, is just to add those exponents together. So my coefficient is still a 5. For my base of a, 1 plus 2 is 3. So the power on the a will be a 3. And for the base of b, we have a 1 plus 3, which is going to make the power on the b a 4. And this is simplified as much as we can do, and this is the answer. Here we have a different one. It's just a little bit more complicated. So let's look at the things that match. We have our coefficients of 3 and 4. We have our bases of x's. And we have our bases of y's. And so those are the things that are going to be put together as we're simplifying here. So the 3 times the 4, those are our coefficients. They will multiply, and 3 times 4 is 12. For the x's, we have an x to the 2 and an x to the 3. So we're going to have an x to the 2 plus 3. And 2 plus 3 will add to be 5. So the power on the x will be a 5. For the y's, here we have a y and it didn't have a power, so that's a power of 1. And on the far right, we have a y to the power of 5. So we're going to add those exponents. 1 plus 5 is 6. The power of the y will be 6. So my answer is 12, x to the 5th, y to the 6th. In the first assignment, you're going to have a combination of the product rule, multiplying expressions, as well as the power rule. And the power rule is when you're raising an expression that has an exponent to a power, you're going to multiply the exponent by that power you're raising it to. So here we have an x squared being raised to the 3rd power. So the 2 times the 3 will multiply, and that will give you x to the 6th power for the solution there. On this one, there's more going on. There are more pieces. So every single piece inside of this parenthesis set is going to get that power of 2. our coefficient is even going to get that power of 2. So here are the pieces that we have inside of the parentheses here. We have the 2 and the x and the y, and each of those is going to get that power of 2 applied to it. So the power of 2 is going to go to the 2, the power of 2 is going to go to the x, and the power of 2 is going to go to this y cubed. This will give you the coefficient, which is 2, is going to have a power of 2. The x currently has a power of 1, and so it's going to be 1 times 2 for its new power. And the y, which currently has a power of 3, is also going to be multiplied by 2. So what we're going to do, we're going to raise the 2 to the second power, 2 squared. I'm going to go over here into my Decimos, and you should all have access to Decimos through your iPads, so if you're having to deal with your coefficients, feel free to use your Decimos app to help you. So I'm going to push 2, and then the power I want on it is a 2, so I could push this A squared button. It's going to give me a power of 2. Or if you push this A to the B button, then you get to type in whatever power you want. So if you have a strange one, you're going to want to use that one. So 2 squared is 4. So I'm going to go back over here and then simplify. So 2 squared is 4, which you probably already knew that, but I was just wanting to show you how Decimos can help you with your powers if you have a strange number or a really high power or just a weird power. The x is here. The product of 1 and 2 is 2, so the power for the base of x is a 2. For the y, 3 times 2 is 6, so that is the new power on the y. So we have 4x squared, y to the 6th. Here's one that I was talking about. It's like a strange exponent. It's a power of a half. And we are going to be distributing this to each piece. And so looking at the parts that we have here that we're going to be distributing it to, we have a 16, that's our coefficient. We have an x to the 8th, and we have a y to the 4th. And so we're going to be distributing that power of 1/2 to each piece there. So the power of 1/2 onto the 16, power of a half onto this x to the 8, and then onto this y to the 4. Remember, when you're raising a power to another power, the powers, those exponents, will multiply together. And so here, the 16, the exponent on the 16 is a 1, and so 1 times a half is a half, so we're going to be thinking about 16 to the power of 1/2 for that part. For the x's, we currently have a power of 8, and we're going to be multiplying by 1/2. And for the y's, we currently have a power of 4, and we're going to be multiplying by 1/2. And so now I'm going to simplify this. So the 16 to the 1/2, I'm going to go over here into Decimos and just show you how we can look at that. So we have 16, and push this A to the B button, and we want to do 1/2. So if you hit 1 and then divide and then 2, you can see it's giving you a 1/2 in the exponent there, and it's giving you a 4. So our coefficient here, the 16 to the 1/2 power, is equal to the number 4. For the x's here, the product of 8 and a half, so 1/2 times 8 is 4. And then for the y's, the product of 4 and a half, 1/2 times 4 is 2. So our answer is 4x to the 4th y squared. I think we have one more. On this one, we have a combination of power to power, as well as multiplying expressions together. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to deal with this power to power. If you have parentheses, you definitely need to simplify your parentheses first. And the parentheses we have here is the negative 4x to the 3rd, y to the 5th is in the parentheses there. And it is getting a power of 2. So we're going to be dealing with this exponent of 2 here and applying this power to each piece. So this is the first thing that we're going to simplify. Out front, I have a -4. Then I have an x cubed and a y to the 5th. And each of these is going to get that power of 2 applied to it. The -4, be sure that you're writing this in parentheses because you are raising the -4 to that power. And if you don't put parentheses, it will only raise the 4 to that power and it will not deal with the negative sign. So when we go into Desmos in a moment, we're going to need these parentheses. Then the x's, we have x to the power of 3, and then we are multiplying by 2 because this is power to power. And then for the y's, currently has a power of 5 and raised to the power of 2, so 5 times 2 there. So let's go see what Desmos tells us for our coefficient. So over here in Desmos, I am going to do a parenthesis and a -4 into parenthesis, and now I want to put the power outside of it. So I'm going to push a to the b and then the power of 2. You can see that we get a positive 16. If you did not do the parentheses correctly, it would give you a negative 16. So that's very important that we remember those parentheses. So we got a 16 from that. For the x's, we have a current power of 3 times the power of 2. It's going to be 6. And for the y's, we currently have a power of 5 and it's raised to the power of 2, so 5 times 2 is 10. And so that's what we get from distributing the power of 2 to each piece. And now we're going to bring down what we had out front. So out front we also had this 3x squared and it was multiplying. So now we have to deal with the product rule. So remember, the product rule is that our coefficients are going to multiply. So our coefficients are the 3 and the 16 there. And then we're going to look for our like bases. So our like bases are the x's. And then we also have a y here. And it doesn't have a like term, so it's really just going to stay like it is. So we have coefficients of 3 and 16. So we want to take, in Desmos here, 3 times 16. 48. So we're getting 48 for our coefficient. And then for the x's, 2 and 6, and those are going to be added together because the rule is when you're multiplying like this, you add your powers. And then the y's, we only had this y to the 10, so that's going to stay as is. So our answer is going to be 48, x to the 8th power, y to the 10th power.